Hello, welcome to my page, Harmony Lives in Me. My name is Christine, and what I will be talking about today is my ministry, which is called Harmony Lives in Me, and how I came about, um how, how it all started. Um, If you have not received or bought my book, Addiction Through the Eyes of a Nurse, I tell my story of how I came about falling into this dark place in my life. It was a valley experience. Um, I tell my testimony and my story. I start from my humbly beginnings to becoming a nurse. That was one of my dreams, or what becoming a nurse. So, during my nursing experience, I fell into a dire situation where I became addicted to narcotics, drugs, and I was given a opportunity that a lot of people do not receive. And my boss, when you are find yourself in a situation like this, you think that nobody knows. But my boss left all kinds of messages and notes in the message memo book, that if anybody has a problem, struggling with something, please come to me. If you're going through some things, and please come to me because your job is at jeopardy and all of this. And when I would read the memos, I would say, oh, she's not talking to me. She must be talking to somebody else. But when you're in a situation like that, addiction, you are in deep denial. So after continuing with this addiction for weeks and weeks, on and on, I don't know why she put up with me that long, but she called me into the office and told me that I need you to admit to your problem, or either I'm going to get a blood test, and if the blood test come back positive, you will be fired. So I had to admit I had a addiction problem, and that was so hard for me to say. But immediately she wrapped her arms around me and told me that I had to go and get help. I had to go and receive help, and I had to get on the bus today, and they would send it to my home and take me to a rehab center. Still having a hard time saying that word. But I wanted to just give a little history of how I came about writing my meditations. And once I went to this rehab center, for a 28-day stay, they gave us this book, and it was an inspirational book, and it was a day-by-day book to get us one day at a time. And once I went through the the rehab for the 28 days, and I received the help that I needed, I went back to work. And that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, was to face my coworkers. Of course, they sniggered. I heard people talking about me behind my back and all those things, but it was this little black book, and I was looking for it today, and I couldn't find it. But to get through that work night, I was working the night shift, I would have to go in the bathroom, and lock myself in and read my meditation. And I did it more than once. I didn't stop it one day. I read 2 or 3 days. And when I got to the end of the book, over the time period, I would start over. That was my medicine. That was my comfort. That was my peace. That was everything to me. So once, and that's what got me through all of the embarrassing moments, all of the shame, all of the guilt, because I eventually had to transfer to another unit, another hospital, because I was just so shamed and so embarrassed that everybody knew what I had did. But that's how I came about writing my book and writing and reading my meditations every day, and writing books to inspire, motivate, and encourage other women, because I know there are times when everybody go through valley experiences or whatever you may have a struggle with. I had a struggle with more than just addiction. I write in my book about 5 addictions that most people go through. And so, through all of those addictions, I wanted to share with you all some of the things that I had to had a had a struggle with, and I ended up writing meditation books, and I'm still writing meditation books because I know that's what helped me. That's what got me through some of my most trying times, and it still helps me this day. So you can find my books on Amazon.com. This is my first book, Addiction Through the Eyes of a Nurse, Rising Above Adversity Through Faith. And my second book is The Fallen Woman, Becoming God's Best. And this is the part 2 of The Fallen Woman, and it's called The Godly Woman, Living with Abundant Blessings. And it's going to have a part 3. It's going to be my series. And I have also written a book called The 10 Principles to Becoming a Successful Nurse for women who inspire or have a dream of becoming a nurse, like I did at one time. So I just wanted to tell y'all how I came about creating and establishing Harmony Lives in Me, and what motivated me to just speak and encourage other women who are going through some trying and hard times. Thank you for coming to my page, and have a blessed Saturday.